Race 2 at Brands Hatch, track temperature much higher than for race 1 on Saturday. René Rast pole position, but Loic Duval got an absolute flyer right at the start and put himself in P1. Jamie Green also with a good start. However, Jamie Green would pick up a penalty later on in the race because it was found he wasn't accurately in his grid position, and therefore would pick up a penalty. As all the cars jostled for position then as they made their way through grids for the first time of asking, there was a big battle going on for P3, which Robin Freins and Jamie Green were contesting, 1 or 2 lockups at the start of the race, but Loic Duval was leading from René Rast and Robin Freins, then Jamie Green, and of course Nico Muller, who's doing the chasing in the Drivers' Championship, also trying to get past as many cars as he possibly could as well. For the first time of asking, they made their way out to the back of the circuit on this big GP loop, and Sheldon van der Linde and Timo Glock were 2 BMWs arguing as René Rast got through on Loic Duval without too much trouble to pick up the lead of the race. And then there was a huge gap between himself and Loic Duval, and Loic was becoming something of a cork in the bottle for Nico Muller, but eventually Nico would find his way past Loic Duval. So the Audi dominance from qualifying was continuing in this part of the race, and the best of the BMWs, Philipp Eng, who was really tracing Mike Rockenfeller. Then both P1 and P2 were into the pits at the same time. This was going to be the battle of the pit stops. Who was going to be quickest? Well, it was going to be the team for René Rast as his car is released. There was a problem for the Nico Muller car, and Nico Muller held in the pits for probably 4 or 5 seconds longer than was expected. That would cause him great anguish during the race because, of course, all the hard work to get onto the back of René Rast he was going to have to do all over again. So René Rast and Nico Muller make their way back out onto the track, of course, on cold tyres because tyre warmers are not allowed. And here comes Marco Wittmann then. Of course, Marco Wittmann, P3 in the Drivers' Championship, needing to bank as many points as possible. The BMW driver didn't really seem to have the pace to contest the Audis in race 2 here. Philipp Eng and Loic Duval. This was going to be a battle that would rage for lap after lap after lap. And wherever Philipp Eng put his BMW to try and find his way past Loic Duval, you can see here some very stoic defending from Loic Duval. Now Philipp will try and dive to the inside of Loic Duval, and still he was denied. Wherever he put that car, Loic Duval had got the answer for it, and as I say, for lap after lap after lap, the cars were absolutely side by side. But Loic Duval had got the measure of Philipp Eng. It's the battle for P4 and P5, and Loic Duval was driving as much through the rearview mirror as he was through the windscreen. Robin Freins in that P3 position was beginning to chase Nico Muller, who in turn had chased René Rast right towards the end of the race. It was going to be a very, very close finish as the 3 Audis headed towards the checkered flag. But whatever Nico Muller could do, it was not enough to prevent a win for René Rast, who extends his championship lead over Nico Muller P2, Robin Freins P3. It was Loic Duval P4 and the best of the BMWs from Philipp Eng. René Rast once again very happy with his race win and of course secures more valuable points in the Drivers' Championship as the cars and drivers head off to the Lausitz ring.